Dun, 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 dun. Back to do our due diligence. Yeah. First movie of the year.
Yeah.
First movie of the year. We're going to I.S.S.
Oh, yeah.
International Space Station.
So we've seen what?
I saw one trailer.
It's just the one, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I'll say this movie looks super uncomfortable.
It does.
I don't want to, like, this is a claustrophobic movie from what I can get out of it.
And it's sponsored by G Fuel, yet again. Peach Rings.
Oh, no.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Are you,
support Sega.
You going to do this right now?
Yeah, I'm going to have some.
Okay, cool. I already had coffee. No, I'm
okay.
I'm a little like...
I didn't get up till, like, basically when you called me. Yeah. And you're like,
no,
the car started, so...
I had already been up for, like, 2 hours. 3 hours.
I was like, when you called me, I was like, oh, great, his car's not starting. And then he's like, no, the car started. And I'm like, oh, shit, that means I got to leave in 5 minutes.
Yeah, you got to get going. So
I got up, brushed my teeth.
We're kind of pushing the envelope. I had car troubles for a week here with the cold weather when not starting. So anyway,
I'll tell you, this movie, I don't know. I'm hung up on a couple things.
Okay.
The first of which is, it's kind of a thriller, right?
Yeah.
About people turning on each other and shit.
Yeah, which are...
Oh, I forgot to drink some out of there. Oh, shit.
Oh, well.
Well, let's hope that something happens here. Look at this.
Step one.
Look at that. It's all stuck at the very top.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, anyway. Oh, it's taking a dump.
There you go. Push.
There you go. There's the chunky.
Bite down if you have to. There you go. There it is. It's starting to...
Yeah, so this International Space Station's, like, not very big.
It's tiny.
And it's super claustrophobic because, space is in a premium.
And
at a premium in
space. Can go up there is, like, you have to have a certain mental, like, stability and not be, you have to have self-control for sure. Just to even want to do that, but being stuck. Some of those people are up there for like 6 months.
Yeah.
And they're just in a can, it's like holy shit. Mm-hmm. Like I live in a pretty small apartment, but I do get out. Jesus. Anyway.
So, what do you want to wager starts the war?
Oh,
AI is what I'm going to say.
I'm
going to say
probably right.
Yeah.
It's
AI is like Skynet shit,
and then it's like. Because they're like, you need to turn on, you need to take it. Why? Like, that's the last thing anyone cares about right now is a tin can in space. Like,
correct.
We gotta take it. Like, what? From the trailers, the whole world is burning.
Yeah. It's all nuclefied.
Do you think they give a shit about some, 5 people up in space or whatever?
I think it's 7.
Whatever.
See, that's what I'm saying.
Like,
the place is so small, it can only have 7 people in it.
Yeah.
And, I think, 3 are American, 2 are Russian, and, the Japanese.
Yeah.
Because it's international. I don't know.
Yeah. The part that freaks me out the most about the concept is the fact that you're probably going to die up there.
Yes.
Because...
No one's gonna
come get you. You're dead. So for me, when it's turn on them, I'm like, no, dude, you guys should be the last people on Earth that are still peaceful with each other. That's all. Right?
Yeah.
And then what do you want? A decaying corpse up there with you?
Exactly.
Fuck off. The premise is just it's out there. I don't want. What are they gonna do? You can't. There's no airlocks on that
Let's
thing.
See though, it could be clever somehow.
There could be
some other
missing.
Yeah, because from what I understand about the I.S.S. is that it's like low orbit experiments is all they do.
Okay.
They do
I didn't know that.
Experiments, of just living in space basically.
Right.
So
the human functionality of it or not?
Yeah.
Gathering data on the body and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. Well.
So it's kind of useless information.
Totally. Why would it be so imperative?
There's no high stakes for them to...
Yeah.
I don't know.
What the fuck? From the trailer, when I saw, and I'm just going to say this now, half the world burning...
That made my stomach kind of go
I was well, first of all, there's so much fire that there'd be no oxygen on the planet left. It was so big. Second of all, you don't... it would just be...
There's a bunch of nukes,
I know,
right?
but it was just you could see it burning. It's come on. That's terrible, like, you would see more smoke than anything. You wouldn't see fires. It would just be black.
Yeah.
And I'm just like,
right.
if it's that much damage, like, there's no point in even worrying about going out. No, you're going to all starve to death. So
hopefully
what, you might as well just party and play cards. Cause
they don't have alcohol up there.
They don't need,
a dance party.
Yeah, something.
Hopefully they got
dancing.
a space gun and a space bullet. That's what I'd hope for.
Because that's
or
what you want.
Cyanide capsule.
Just to, like, blow a hole in the whole thing and compromise everything.
Just take yourself out. Just with it.
Seriously. So this is going to be one of those hyper hopeless feeling movies that makes you uncomfortable the whole time. Like the pitting against each other.
I wonder how many stupid.
I hate that. Like, I like the idea. Holes. Yeah, we've already
with physics.
I'm naming them off as and I haven't even seen. That's just the trailers. Like, seriously, and it
ain't looking good. I.S.S.
No, it's not looking good. But I will say, like, I am ready for a very, like, stressful movie. I think.
I know.
I think it's going to be
for it.
I think it's going to be good.
Watch, it's a comedy. I'd be like, hell yeah.
Yeah,
or it's a musical. I.S.S. the musical.
They're just spinning in space, doing their dance, shit synchronized, and
hell yeah.
No, you find out that they're the ones who actually blew up the Earth.
Yeah.
Like,
they're all a bunch of rich people that vacated the Earth.
They're like, whatever. Yeah, that'd be crazy. I don't know. I bet you it's gonna be.
I have low expectations, but I
do too. But
I feel like it's super possible that I'll be really surprised.
Yeah, I think this is probably going to sit around a 7 if I had to guess.
I'm guessing
there's going to be a ton of stupid shit in it that I'm like, I don't have enough fingers. I'm guessing it'll
be like a 4 for me. But
it might be. It might be terrible.
That'd be great if it was higher, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. I'd take a win for the first movie of the year.
Yeah,
let's start out strong.
Movie,
I know it's like January, but
yeah, we're going to go. So
all right, so wish us luck.
Yeah. I.S.S.
Yep.
See yous. Boom! We just saw I.S.S.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay, so first off, we were the only people in the theater.
Yep.
So it was talk, pace.
I couldn't help it.
Like, he was, yeah.
That movie.
Wow.
Well.
How do we even begin to... I'm trying to think of the one word that could sum it up.
Let's think of like a...
There's like a phrase or something. Wow.
I.S.S. like intensely stupid shit or something. I don't know.
Kind of, yeah. It kind of
don't understand space, clearly.
No.
They clearly don't.
No, the entire movie is fraught with huge issues concerning how space works and the shots that they're doing. Like, clearly people are pretending to be in space on wires and standing, and
most of it was shot without wires, and they're just like,
dude, yeah,
it was bad. They're
looking. Like, does this look like I'm floating?
Yeah.
You know, it's like,
my God.
It was so unbelievably unrealistic that it took me right out of the movie.
SNL fucking sketches that look better than this.
For sure.
In space.
It was terrible.
Yeah,
it was
really bad. It was really bad. I'll tell you this. The actors put in good performances.
They all did, actually. Every one of them was pretty good.
It was so convolutedly dumb.
Yeah.
That what they were talking about when they were talking, like, every word was like, I don't know. It just...
And what do you mean, like...
No, it's just dumb. Like, the choices that everyone made was just stupid.
They were. So, we'll just do the premise real quick. Okay, they're all, like, up there. It's Russians and Americans, and they're sitting there and observing the Earth, and then they notice bombs go off. Obviously, you've seen the trailers probably. And then so it's like, oh no, the Earth's all like burning and everything like that. And they're like, what do we do? And then they get a message. Each one of them, the Russians and the Americans, get a message from home saying, hey, you need to take... Why? Again, back to that. You need to take over the I.S.S.
We don't want to spoil it, but it actually happens. There's a transmission that says on the computer, you need to take the I.S.S. And the guy goes...
He types back,
he said, why?
He's like, why? And then the power goes out.
They don't tell you.
Yeah, no, the antenna gets shut down, and it's like...
But they don't tell you the rest of the movie why.
Well,
why
I think it's because of...
Can't spoil it.
Yeah, we'll get to that later.
We'll get through this part and then get right to
we'll
spoilers.
muscle through this one. So
I don't have much to say. It was fucking boring.
It wasn't that bad.
I felt like it was really
feel
boring.
like the stupid number of plot twists kind of got out of control for me. Because you're
Really?
like, well, there's like 4 of them, right? And every one of them is more absurd than the one right before it. And then these people are making horrible decisions that are like absolutely catastrophic because they're misinformed over and over and over again. And so it's just like they could have just all chilled the fuck out and not done anything.
There didn't need to be a body count, but there
was, and it didn't have to be that way. There's so many stupid spots where it's like we should just go into spoilers right now.
I think I honestly just don't think anyone should go see this. It sucks.
It's not.
I didn't like it.
I'll say this: it's not theater worthy.
No.
If you see it at home, go for it. I don't think it's the word.
I don't think so.
There are. I don't know.
I laughed quite a bit.
I didn't hate it to below like.
Really? I hated it.
I mean, I know
sucky.
you did because you were up and you were like. Thankfully, we were the only ones in the theater.
Thankfully, it's only an hour and 35 minutes.
Yes. I will give it a point just for that because it was like right to the point.
Oh man,
it's kind of rough.
It's super rough. And the worst part is they don't make it. Every single scene, you're like, they're not in space. They're standing all the time.
Repeatedly. There's points where they'll put something on a table.
Yeah, they're like making
sandwiches. And then you see them, they
shit.
moves a little bit as they set it down, and so there's clearly gravity there. Like, it's so obvious that there's gravity in the shot.
It's terrible. It took me out of it the entire time.
Yeah, I
couldn't even fucking hang with it. And because of that, I couldn't hang with any of the story or anything.
It wasn't.
That movie just lost me completely.
It wasn't that compelling. I did like most of the characters up to a point, and then they started being like, "Oh, you're
just got stupid."
Yeah, they just. I mean, it's the breakdown of like the human like condition of like when you start to get into survival mode, you kind of do whatever you can to. And so people are turning on each other and shit, but it's like, but you didn't have to. All you needed is one piece of information, or wait just a second longer to figure something out that somebody isn't betraying you, and it's just in your fucking head.
All I could say throughout the whole movie though is like, I believe she's in space. I believe he's in space. I believe she's in space. They're definitely in space right there.
Yep, that is
so clearly.
That feels like space to me.
Yeah, it's so terrible. It's like hokey as fuck.
It was. I will say, like, the CGI of the station kind of at some points was.
That seems too easy.
Yeah. I mean, that's just basic shapes, you know.
It's just, and then
it's
just
not like there's
put a lighting engine on it.
Yeah,
and you got it.
Yeah. It definitely was the whole like unrealistic entire planet Earth burning, and everyone's so worried about getting back down there, and it's like
why you're gonna
just like everything you know is gone. Like there's no point. And then like also later, like when they're getting these transmissions and stuff, it's like who's left to be even given? Like the whole Earth would have literally had no oxygen.
When they nuked everything,
it was just all fire.
You see it from out the window of the space station. You're like, oh my god, and this nuke, and then you're like, oh, that's the United States.
Oh yeah.
Why the fuck would they bomb a ton
There's
in
all
the
these
middle?
Nukes going off in the Midwest,
like Nebraska and shit. Like,
not key targets on the coasts or anything like that.
I think if it happened, it'd literally just all be on the East Coast.
Mostly, and military bases. But like, here's the thing: our missile defense system is so good for both countries. Actually, it's pretty good. So
you imagine,
you're not going to get those deep shots
into the middle of the country,
of the continent.
In the center, like they're hitting fucking Idaho and Nebraska.
It's ridiculous. So
why?
Yeah, I mean, if anything, you aim for Colorado because that's like NORAD and a few other places.
Huge targets in Utah.
Yeah, Nevada. Fucking let's go.
Nuke it.
Yeah.
I don't know. It is. Bleh, bleh, bleh. That's all I got.
Yeah, it's not.
I can't. I don't want to.
The premise is good.
That's not good.
Well,
you have to take the station. Why?
Well, no, but because we find out why later.
But it's dumb. Because that's not the.
What was the tagline on the post?
Oh, the war on Earth begins in space. It's like, oh, no, fuck yourself.
First of all, no, it didn't. At all. So fuck yourself. And
a mild spoiler, it's just a bunch of dumb accidental, like, not accidental, but dumb killings that happen for, like, no reason.
Yeah.
And they're kind of accidental because of miscommunications.
The thing about it to me is that it is so unbelievable that these people who, like, care about each other would actually turn on each other. I don't care what nation you are. They're like a family. The first 20 minutes, they're like buddy. You don't just throw that away. Yeah. To go back to a dead Earth. Like, what is the like? Because
they're not soldiers.
They're not.
They're scientists.
They're all scientists and, like, you know, with a rational minds and shit, and like they just get out of like what I wouldn't. It makes zero sense.
That's the. That is the movie right there.
It's bad.
Should we rate it quick? Yeah, I'll rate it. God, I'm
having a hard time.
I'm between a 2 and a 3. I am. I think
starting out with a 2.
I think it fucking sucks.
Oh my god.
I had a bad feeling because it's in January and that's where they dump off all the shitty movies.
Yeah.
Because there's no movies released in January.
I'm just gonna throw out a 4. I'm going with a 4. Yeah, okay. It wasn't the worst movie. There were moments where I was like feeling for the characters and shit, but like the main character-ish person, she's a good actress, actually. She's all right. I like the support cast way better than her, though.
I do, too. I like the Russians.
All the Russians were really cool.
Except for
actually, I like the one American guy.
The obvious evil fucking Russian. Then there was an obvious evil American, like...
Yeah,
but... Fuck it, 2. I'm giving it a 2. Fuck this movie. Fuck this movie. It was so stupid and cliche.
Going out swinging.
I'm sorry. I wanted to like it.
First movie of the year.
You know what, though?
What?
I didn't want to like it. I kind of had a bad feeling from the get-go.
Well, I thought it was just going to be hyper uncomfortable, but it ended up not. It was so unbelievable that I wasn't uncomfortable.
It was annoying. It was the music.
Like, it was laughable.
The score for that movie was like, and then nothing happened, or like
these camera shots where you're like, oh, I bet you somebody's going to be right behind him, and then they're not. And then like,
it kept showing like security footage of the I.S.S. constantly, like probably 20 times, 30 times.
So let me ask you this.
It showed like security footage of like this room and this room in between scenes.
And there's nobody in those rooms.
And there's no one in those rooms.
It's just an empty room. It's like,
and then it cut to like them, all 6 of them in a different room.
In a different room that has no camera on it.
And that, I swear that was just padding because they're like, it has to be at least an hour and a half.
Now, should we do spoilers?
Spoilers!
Okay, so...
It sucked.
in case that's... No, it's not spoiling anything. You probably can tell already, but...
There was the cliche part towards the middle where he's got a tether. Oh, I don't know. I gotta take off my tether.
I can't reach it. So he's trying to get out to inspect an antenna because they lost communications with the ground. And so it's the leader of the American team, and he's like doing a spacewalk, and he's got tethers, and there's these handholds every so far apart so that you can grab them and just walk. And one of them, for some reason, is just like that too. Just it's like they made it just a little bit.
I can't reach.
I can't. I better untether myself. Which is absolutely against every rule ever. I guarantee you. You do not. That's stupid. Like that's the dumbest part of one of the dumbest parts of the whole movie. Like why
something happened. Electromagnetic pulse, maybe.
Oh yeah, they weren't sure why.
And then we have to manually inspect the antenna. No, you didn't.
Well,
there's cameras out there and everything to see if anything got damaged.
Like antennas don't, like if that if that got fried, then everything else probably would be fried too. So I don't know. Are they really scientists?
I don't know.
So, but anyway, so he's out there, and then like because the Russians have their objective, one of them is out there. He's like, one of the Russians is on board with he's got the arm, and it fucking boom, and then
punches.
It hits him. Not super fast, but you see him go, wee. It's so fucking
and they're going through the space station like, Gordon?
And they're like, you can see him out there, and then they're like,
is he tethered?
He
clearly doesn't have a tether on. He's flying.
He wouldn't be that far away from the goddamn station.
And you can see him clearly without a tether.
And then they're arguing about it later, like, did he or did he not? I don't know.
They go down to the next one. Oh, Gordon. And he comes flying by.
Oh my god, it was comical.
I laughed a bunch of times in this movie. It's supposed to be a thriller.
It was funny.
Or a suspenseful movie, but I laughed a ton.
Yeah, there was way too much of that going on.
When he fucking when he remember when he drills? He's got a power drill, and he gets a guy in the guts.
Oh yeah.
No.
Yeah, they're fighting.
You know how much fucking blood would be everywhere?
No, not even just that kill. Somebody gets their head completely caved in.
Yeah.
By a weightless object, mind you.
It looked so stupid when the guy hit her.
I mean, because it's in space, so it's like
misunderstanding.
I mean, I guess there's mass, but whatever. And like there would be copious amount. It would be puddles of shit.
It would just be going everywhere.
It would get sticking all over
even like I don't know.
There's so much like gore that should have been there, and they wasn't.
But you know how a drill bit has grooves?
Yeah.
So that when you drill, the shit comes out.
Yeah, like literally.
So it doesn't. It has to.
It up. It has to.
So all that blood would be just squirting out everywhere.
It wasn't.
Then he stabbed a guy right in the fucking neck at the same time.
Yeah.
And then there's several scenes. Actually, every murder scene.
They're just sitting there spinning.
And they're just like slowly spinning.
Holding on to each other. Usually, it's like this dead embrace.
Two guys killed each other, and then
so dumb.
And then she does like some fucking chokes a guy.
Oh, that was all right. I was like,
no, it wasn't the scene. Like when it showed him,
it didn't make sense.
When it showed him like sitting there.
That's not how it would end.
Fucking laugh.
They'd be spinning this way because she's tugging that way.
There would be so much spinning going on. Like there was like none. Everyone just walked.
I think they could.
There's so many scenes where they walked around. They're like walking.
It was weird.
You can't walk.
So they have hooks for their feet on some spots to hold you steady, but when you're walking across, like you're not hook. Like
you literally just propel yourself up to the ceiling every time you took a step.
Yes. And that's clearly not the case in this movie.
Remember that one scene where it cuts and there's that one Russian chick who's like acting like she's in space?
Oh God, yeah. she does this like
it was amazing.
You see me? I'm in space.
It was amazing how stupid it looked.
Well, like
she was clearly on her feet.
Behind the camera, I would be like, no, what the fuck? That's not good enough.
It was fucking terrible.
They don't do enough, and I was saying this in the theater, like they should have had more rotating camera shots or to hide the fucking I'm in the swimming pool moments, which is like it's always this too. It's like what? No, that's not.
That's what
space is.
That's what
you're not in the water, you know, where there's waves hitting you.
Because if you're going across, you're like in one motion.
That's it. Yep.
You're not like,
So the main American villain, are they supposed to be like, you know,
my daughters. I gotta get back to my daughters.
Like,
so then he murders a bunch of people.
Did you see the United States? There are no daughters. Right.
Yeah.
You
see California got hit. My daughters.
Yeah, California's gone, man. It's
everything got fucking hit.
It was so dumb, and we were. So anyway, but like he goes to sleep, and I wonder if this is like foreshadowing, but he sleeps with his eyes open. So there's this scene where he's just creepy. Yeah, that's
no one sleeps with their eyes open.
No, Gandalf is the only one, and he's actually an angel. So sorry.
Exactly.
You're not.
But you know what? Okay, I noticed a really shitty edit too. Is like. It's this astronaut guy. All the heavy breathing.
There's
so much heavy breathing, but it's so effortless to go through space. They're just pushing off, and they're like, but everyone is always like,
yeah, it's weird. It's
and
weird. I know they're stressed out, but it's not.
He's in a fucking suit just right before he gets hit.
Yeah.
Right before they use the one F-bomb for a PG-13. He's like, I don't need the fucking arm, and then it hits him.
Yeah.
But he's up there.
Later, he needs the arm.
And you see the background of Earth going by this way.
Yeah.
Or like behind his head.
Going one way.
And it's on fire, you know, so you're
kind of
the very next scene,
it's going the
he
other
hasn't
way.
moved, and it's going this way. Like they just switch position. Like,
they were not paying attention when they were like, which way is it scroll again? Left
it was
or
the
right?
same exact, like, it's him right on his face, and he's still at the same place looking at the antenna.
So, like, it was so weird to have him
fuck this movie
get knocked out, because it is funny, because I don't need the arm, and then later he needs the arm to rescue, because they do rescue him. He gets back on board the ship and dies within 5 minutes.
He's one of the only good characters.
He's like the good guy. He's like the good American. He's like the heart of the crew, and he gets back on, and he's like, what the fuck happened? Like,
and then he gets killed immediately.
The girl. So he's in love with one of the Russian.
Veronica with a W. Like a werewolf.
I'm not gonna.
Veronica.
It's spelled kind of like that. Yeah, I was like,
it is spelled Veronica.
Veronica.
And she's like, Carmenica.
Yeah, but anyway, so they have a secret love thing, but like he finds out that she's dead, and like he's like, who the fuck? And he goes on there, whatever, and then he kills the main villain. They kill each other.
Yeah,
and it's just a stupid scene of
the whole thing's just to get. So the whole thing is apparently.
Yeah. So the actual.
Why would radiation sickness the cure. Why would that have anything to do with the International Space Station?
Yeah.
So they got the cure to radiation sickness.
Which is like, we need that. Like, that's the whole point where like, we got to take over the station. It's like,
because everyone's nuked, so now we need it.
And it's like 3 vials or whatever, a few vials of this thing that they think is gonna like, like that's the whole crux of the movie. So that's
what sucks.
Which you don't find out till like
big old balls.
3/4 of the way through, maybe.
Giant balls. Like elephant nut sacks in your face,
like wrecking balls.
Yeah, it's on your face, and then you start breathing in it. It's like a plastic bag over.
Okay, man, we digress. Seriously,
in nuts. That's how bad it is.
Anyway, but like, so you don't find out till way later, and like, there's no. I wish they would have said something earlier or foreshadowed, because then it would have like made me more invested in like wanting to know like maybe we should just talk about this and we can share it or whatever, right?
Yeah.
But like,
why couldn't they share? Everyone on both sides is getting fucking radiation poisoning.
Yeah, it's so dumb that they all actually turn on each other. Like, nobody would fucking do that.
There's this one guy who's clearly a bad guy. He's like, oh, I'm just gonna... And he's like rolling around with a screwdriver trying to find him.
Oh yeah, one of the Russian guys. He's the one who hit him with the crane.
I'm glad there's no one there, because I was like, space fight!
Yeah, totally. And they're just on these wires that you can't see. And
it was really shitty.
It was pretty bad. I don't know. I feel like, so we got acting was good. Score was terrible.
Score was
pacing
really bad.
Was bleh, it wasn't great. Cinematography was terrible.
It was horrid.
It was pretty bad. They could have really spruced it up with some better.
Bad. It was a bad movie.
Better. It was below average for me.
It was bad.
It was
to
not.
me.
This is not a movie.
I'd never watch it again.
No.
And I can't recommend it to anyone, even if you love space. It doesn't do it good.
No, it doesn't feel like you're just gonna laugh. If you love space, then you know how space works, probably.
It's just it's like
like,
double cross, the end, and it pulls a Royal Hotel where they're like,
oh yeah, it's the last two. So it's the main female character on the American side, and then like the cool Russian guy that you actually like. They finally fought their way through all the shit, and then they're back on. They're on the one escape pod that apparently they all can't get in.
Mm-hmm.
So you make an international space station that can't evacuate everybody.
The escape pod that they're on, though, at the end, clearly had enough room for everyone.
It's huge.
Yeah.
It was massive. It was a
spaceship.
It wasn't even a problem. Escape pod. So why are they all fighting over like, bah! And then so anyway, to your point, you're like, they're like, he's like, where are we going? And she's like, I don't fucking know.
I don't know.
We could drop anywhere, man.
Fade to credits.
Yeah, and done. And you're like, oh, well.
They don't fucking resolve anything.
They don't.
Really, you don't learn what happened, what caused it. You never learn anything.
No, which is irritating. We were making jokes that it was all an experiment.
To see if people try. Because she raises mice, so of course she starts with 6 mice.
Yeah,
of course.
There's a number of people, and then
4 of them kill each other.
Yeah, there's 2,
and there's 2 left.
Yeah, it's like this metaphorical shit threw out there, and it's just like,
go fuck yourself.
It's bad.
There's so much padding of just like talking.
Yeah,
it's just all padding. The whole movie's just
talking.
I will
say this. No, it's not. I think that
the action sucks.
I think that the tension is not perfect or even really that great, but it's like not missing. And I think that
you're right there.
Because it's a short movie. It kind of does. You're not waiting for an hour to get to know these characters and then shit happens. It's like 20 minutes in and then it's like, okay, here we go, and shit's going sour.
Just as you predicted.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
Well, I think we should wrap this up.
I think that's good. I think we're good. I think we said our piece.
Don't go.
4
and
2.
I got a 2.
So,
2 skis. That's Russian for 2.
I gotta give it. Skis.
Yeah, 2 skis.
Skies.
Okay, well.
All right, well, thanks for tuning in, guys.
Hopefully there's better movies this year.
Yep.
See ya.
Peace. Battery.
No, I just turned this back on just to say fuck this movie one more time.
Fuck it.
Fuck this movie and don't see it. I just had to turn it back on to say that. So,
it's a 2.
See ya.
For him.